Hi Asif, welcome to the red carpet. It's not the first time I've seen you here. First question, how do you think, after being here for 7 years in Pakistan, advertising and campaigns have changed?
So actually what's really changed is the media that marketers are now using. Marketers have got more comfortable with the adoption of digital media, and now they are creating campaigns specifically for digital channels. What I mean here is particular social media content will be very different to broadcast content. So I've seen that adoption coming really fast.
What about courage? That's a theme that people are talking about. We have to take more risks. We have to be more dynamic to stand out. What about that? Have you seen a change in that?
Honestly, it's been very slow. I believe a brand must stand for something. It must make a stand, whether it wants to stand for a particular community, for a particular cause, but a brand must be known for something. More recently, Jazz did a campaign to actually support the Khwaja Sira community. And that was a bold move by Jazz. It wasn't, always popular when you make a tough decision. But actually the reason we did that was to say that Jazz is for everybody. And a brand must recognize that they're all stratas of societies and must stand for something. I actually urge and encourage marketers to be braver and bolder. It is incumbent upon us to push the boundaries forward.
I'm glad you brought that up, because the question of equity in not just in brands but in organizations in Pakistan is something that's coming up a lot in the last year, and especially with the campaign that you mentioned just now. There was a lot of conversation that took place around it. How would you ask Pakistani companies to adopt this approach to equity and to open up their workplaces to everyone?
So actually, when you increase diversity, you get something different, something that you didn't previously have. And I think that needs to be embraced by all. The collective wisdom of many will be far greater than the wisdom of some few. So I encourage everybody to be more broader, look further beyond their horizons. I myself am an expat Pakistani who recently moved to Pakistan, and I bring something different. And I think we should all celebrate that. 7
years is not so recent, Asif, but I have to ask you this. I'm glad you brought in the international dimension. How do you see Pakistan compared to some of the markets that you saw in Africa, for example?
So actually, the talent in Pakistan is very good. In fact, most Pakistanis don't know how good they are, and I wouldn't tell them, because we've already seen a brain drain. Pakistan exports some of the best talent in the world. With 240 million population, 65% of that under the age of 25, we are going to become a talent exporter. So I think the quality of the intellect here is much stronger than I've seen in certain African markets. It's very progressive and it's producing some good work. The Effie's is a grand platform that actually allows our marketers to be presented on an international stage.
So thank you very much, Asif. It's upskilling for the industry, and thank you for making sure that PAS evolved into the FEs.
Thank you, Anjum.